Hi everybody, this is Debbie back with you again. We did our first post yesterday, and I suppose I thought about taking a break today, but there were too many things that came up in my mind. I just felt like I had to do another video. So today I was just going to discuss a topic that affects all women and girls and a lot of men and boys, and then I was also going to pull a tarot card to see what might come of that. So I wanted to discuss the idea of perfectionism. I come from a long line of family members that are perfectionists. We struggle with the idea that if we can't get something done 100% right the first time, that it's no good. It's been, I didn't even realize I was one until I was an adult. And as I became an adult and realized that I must make straight A's, for some reason I wasn't that way as a child, but as an adult I became one. I must make straight A's, everything has to be perfect, and everything has to be done just on time and just so. And then I realized I was just part of the Simon family. That is not my last name now, but that is where I come from, and that is part of the family genome, absolutely. It looks like my daughter Lucy here is turning out to be the same way. She gets a little flustered whenever she does her work, and she isn't doing it just perfect. Everything's not just flowing and coming to.
But I've been much better about that.
Yes, much better. And I think it's because I've taught her that she doesn't have to be perfect, and that sometimes it takes work. Correct? Yes. There's no one knows everything. No one does anything perfectly right. Just right the first time. Some people have gifts. You know, there actually are a lot of autistic kids that have special talents that they excel in immediately, and there's some people that have exceptional talents in a certain subject, and we don't know where that comes from. Good for them. But I don't know of anyone that has everything just right. Even something like emotional intelligence is an intelligence, which I learned of as an adult. And I think that's one of the things that's lacking in our society. We'll discuss that maybe later or another time. But as far as perfectionism, the reason that came up is we were doing a project today, Lucy and I, and there was some frustration and some things went wrong.
And we can show that at the end of the video, possibly.
Oh, I guess we could. Yeah, sure. It was a cute little art project. Sure.
It is not finished, but
it's almost finished. But we were doing a project and we ran into some bloops and we got frustrated. But then I told her it's no big deal, and I worked on being present and now and not letting something as silly as an art project stress me out. But in the past it would have, and I'm hoping to teach the same thing to my daughter. But then we started thinking about other ways of perfectionism. It's not just things like that. It has to do also with the fact that we were dealing with so much social media. This has been going on for years. Even Barbie dolls, magazines, things on TV. There's so much that make young girls and well, here's the project.
And it has liquid, so I won't touch it.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Let's put it
all
down.
over my hand
Put it
now.
down. Well, then put it down, Lucy. Put it down.
I'll just go put it back now.
Anyway, sorry for the disruption, but that's what we're working on. But when we were doing that, it made me think about the fact that so many of us have this desire to be perfect, and sadly it's not about being perfect for you. It's an ideal of someone else. I want to find my perfection, who I am meant to be in the best way possible. And as I stated earlier, I have been searching that since I was a child. I've always tried to find the best in me. I know I've looked at a pretty girl and said, "Oh, that would be nice if I had a figure like that," but I don't think I've ever obsessed about that. It's not important. I will never be that girl. That is not who I am. And I will never be. I am short. I have brown hair. So I'll never be a tall, super thin, blonde girl. That's
No one
just not
ever will unless you actually are,
exactly.
It's not good to be super thin. It's not healthy at all.
We're not talking about weight, but
Okay.
that is another topic. The point is to find what is best about you, and to develop. No, stop worrying about it. To develop the best in you, and I hope I'm passing that on to my daughter. But it's really hard, especially in this age of social media. I just wish there was a way. I wish more mothers. It's not the mother's fault. It's just it's our society today. It's no one's fault. It is what it is. But mothers, tell your daughter she's beautiful no matter who she is or what she looks like. Tell her she's smart and amazing and can do whatever she wants to do, because anybody can do whatever they want to do, and we all know that. Anybody. But if we hear nothing but negativity and we look at things that have nothing to do with who we are, then our children will never grow up to be the best of themselves. And I struggled with that for a very, very long time. And it wasn't because my parents didn't tell me that they never tried to make me somebody else. I guess I just had to find my own happiness. I'll just keep it simple and put it that way. And I have. This is probably the best I've felt about myself in all of my years, and I'm 43. So it is possible, but you really have to tune out a lot of what you see and hear, and just remember that there's no point in struggling and trying to be somebody that you're not. We all have amazing gifts and beauty and talent to show the world, and I just wish everybody knew that. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. You have a lot to give. There's love all around, and sometimes it's in places that you don't even imagine. I have personally found more love in the last few years than I think I've seen ever. And a lot of it has to do with because I'm learning to love myself. And then when you love yourself, you're able to express love, and then love comes back to you. It's all an energy game. Everything's an energy game. But if you don't love you, love's not going to come to you, correct? Mm-hmm. We have to learn to love ourselves. And Lucy's young, so she's still working on that. But she's turning out to be a beautiful young lady. And I know that one day she's going to have the confidence that I never had. I can just see it. It's already coming out in her. But it's a struggle.
My hands. And I have sticky all over my hands.
Your hands are going to be just fine, young lady. Don't make my face sticky. Now, I didn't explain last time. I showed you my tarot cards, but what I didn't say was that the way that I picked the card was not just I picked that card suppression. I fan all my cards out. You can't really see, but I fan them out. And then I just pick one. I close my eyes. And I try to intuitively feel which card is the right one.
And today can I pick one?
Oh, okay, all right. Makes me, now, if Lucy's card doesn't feel quite right, since we're not the same, if it's not right, I'll pick one, but she's picking one today.
I got understanding.
Understanding.
Would that be anything?
Let's see.
Oh no.
Actually, I think that's a perfect card for our conversation. This is the card that we got, Understanding. If you all can see. It's a beautiful, it's a yellow bird in a cage. And there's a family of yellow birds outside trying to get the bird to come out of the cage. That actually seems very appropriate for what we were just discussing. It really does. Lucy, do you have any type of interpretation, or do you want me to just interpret it myself?
Well, sometimes you have to understand what you already have instead of trying to get it. Because some people don't understand that I already have what this other person has. Maybe I have more, but you still want what this other person has.
That's an interesting interpretation. The way that I look at it, though, is that you have The bird inside of the cage, you can't see her face. You can see the faces of some of the other birds. So you can't see quite how beautiful she is. But you see the beauty of the other birds, and they're also lighter. And they're just flying around waiting for her to come join them and to understand that she is just as beautiful and free as they are. So I take that. I think that was a perfect card that she picked. That has everything to do with what we discussed already with social media, and not just social media. Yeah, you can close them. I'm not just social media, just life, just the fact that we are all looking for. So many of us are scared to be who we truly are, and see the beauty that we have within ourselves, and to join the others that we see that are, to join the other people or animals or whatever spirit you are. We're talking about people, actually, I'm sorry. To join the other people that we might see as beautiful, perhaps that we're not worthy, and that looks like this bird who is in this cage. So the cage is open. If you can see, the cage is open, but she's not letting herself out.
Right there.
And it's wide open. She's scared to, I feel like she doesn't feel like she's part of it. And so I think that's a great ending to our discussion for today. Is there anything else that you had to add, Lucy?
Not really. Not really. Just what she said, basically.
I think that's it. I'm looking to see if there's anything else, but there is a lot of, that yellow is coming up again. And then there's blue. I mentioned earlier angels, and there's an archangel, Michael. Everyone's heard of him.
I don't think you mentioned that.
I didn't mention him, but I mentioned archangels yesterday, and his color is blue. And he's the strongest angel, and he is the angel of protection. So I want to just mention, since I'm seeing all this blue in this card, I think that could symbolize the strength from Archangel Michael, trying to get the bird to find her own strength and go and move on. And yeah, I believe that is why that all that blue is surrounding her. And the yellow, again, is has to do with your solar plexus. Yellow is solar plexus, yes. And that is the suppression was still there. Well, we're not going to talk about that again. Okay. But the yellow, like I mentioned yesterday, has to do with your solar plexus, and that is all about self-confidence and self-expression. So that is a perfect interpretation of what, and these birds are all yellow. So I believe that is what this card means. It's understanding yourself, understanding others, and believing in yourself, and knowing that you are part of everyone else and just as important and just as beautiful.
And also about the Archangel Michael. So all of the cards had different colors. That one is blue. Could mean something. See how it's blue, and all of the other cards, they have different colors. See?
Well, we can discuss what the cards mean. There's diamond. There are different types of cards. These are not angel cards. Since I'm mentioning it, I might go ahead and just get myself some angel cards. But I do believe that all of it intertwines, even if it's Zen tarot cards or angel cards. I think they all kind of intertwine and have similar meanings with colors and pictures. They're just drawn differently. So I might go ahead and get another deck and explore that one, because I think I'm kind of drawn to that. Lucy, go ahead and speak to the camera, please. Go ahead.
And also, maybe it's her choice if she says yes or not. Maybe if you put your name into the comments or something, we can try and, pick a card for you.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yes, I love it. I will do a personal reading for anybody. The first person that makes a comment, asks me a question, leaving their name. I would love to pull a card for you. Oh,
or maybe we can
I'd love
put
to.
Our phone number in the comments. maybe? I don't know.
No, I don't need your phone number.
Okay, never mind then.
Just your name.
No, we can put our phone number in the description. Sorry, that's what I meant. And then they can call and have their car picked. Personal.
We don't need to. Oh, it's a person. Oh.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I don't know. It can be either way.
No, it's gonna have to be on this YouTube video.
Okay.
Once there is a person that leaves their name and a question for me, like I said, I'll be happy to answer it, and then I'll respond with what day and time I will be doing a reading, so they can watch it. Either watch it live or watch it later, but just so you know when it'll be done. That's a great idea, Lucy. I think if that works out, we could do that on a regular basis. That'll be fun. I love doing tarot cards. I haven't done them in a while, well, here and there, but I've always gotten a lot of joy out of them, and I think they have beautiful messages for people to hear. So have a wonderful evening. Thank you for listening, and we will be back. All right, good night.
All right, bye. And I'm sorry if these videos are too late and you want to watch them immediately.